So now after everything is said and done, E3 was actually a decent experience this year. The sentiment online is negative due to the lack of games shown off, but I thought we saw quite a few games that I'm actually interested in. Some games even being shown off on this channel earlier this year and last. I mean, we've had Battlefield 2042, Stalker 2, Back 4 Blood, Halo Infinite, New World, just to name a few. There's one game that I've covered before, actually going back almost a year at this point, that kind of went under the radar on this channel, but this game is one of my most anticipated games coming to Steam this year for a plethora of reasons, and that game is called Icarus. Icarus is a session-based PvE survival game for up to 8 co-op players, or you can play the game solo. You get to explore a savage alien wilderness in the aftermath of terraforming gone wrong. Earlier this year, we got a look at the first lore trailer, and shortly after that, we saw some of the first gameplay, and I gotta tell you, it looked rough. Lag, desync, the animations, swinging on rocks and trees looking super jank. Basically, everything you can imagine an early access survival game on Steam going wrong, it looked like it did. A game being developed by Rocketworks, a new development team fronted by Dean Hall, the original creator of DayZ. One of the most controversial examples of early access development gone wrong, and one of the main factors in consumer skepticism when it comes to buying games in early access on Steam. But this time, I actually think it could be different, and this is a video detailing why I think so. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos on FPS, multiplayer, and early access games. We just hit 200K and we're growing more every single day. Now, I mentioned that a few months ago we saw the first true gameplay of Icarus. It looked rough, but following the team's weekly live streams where they show off the game in a more casual play environment, no flashy trailers or marketing PR bullshit, their community manager Lorian and Dean Hall just sitting down and playing the game, it's actually coming along pretty nicely. The game reminds me of Ark with its UI showing off crafting, tech trees, talent trees in this co-op game about time-based excavations. You start off in an orbital station that you are working on building up. You can drop onto this planet for a set amount of time. Whether the mission is 20 minutes or 4 days, you drop down, survive, craft, explore, and do all the things that survival games do, but then you need to extract with what you have. There are storms that are roaming by that can wipe you out, and you need to leave the planet before it does so. Some of the more recent gameplay they've been showing off gives us a look at these storms, and I gotta say, it looks pretty good. The biggest thing that I'm looking forward to in this game is the co-op aspect. I'm not looking for another PvP survival game that's not pushing the genre forward. After the success of games like Valheim, I think a lot of people are feeling the same way too. Just a game to jump in, progress, earn, unlock, build, and play with friends, and the fact that this is one set in space, it makes me excited. Here's where it gets a little iffy for me though. The game was always meant to be free to play. And I know with the gaming community, they go back and forth on whether it should be free to play or it shouldn't be free to play. Me personally, I prefer to pay upfront for an experience to not only ensure the devs get paid, but to lower the amount of hackers in any multiplayer experience that I have. And seeing as this is just co-op, that wasn't really a concern for me. I'm still okay with paying up front, but I know a lot of people were looking forward to jumping into a quality game at a free-to-play cost. So the game is shifted to a price tag of $26.99 US for a regular copy and $99.95 for the Deluxe Edition. The Deluxe Edition comes with the first Cohort Envirosuit, which I guess features a water slot. I'm not too familiar on what that is. I'm sure we'll find out more in the future. It also has 2 DLC chapters, one called New Frontiers and one called Dangerous Horizons, as well as 2 biome outposts. You have an Arctic biome and a forest biome, and we're going to talk about outposts in just a little bit. In the post detailing the switch to a buy-to-play model, they say their priority has always been to ensure a sustainable game of AAA quality for our players to enjoy across the years to come. Making Icarus available for purchase will allow us to confidently make regular in-game updates and develop our future DLC chapters, New Frontiers, Dangerous Horizons, to the highest standard. The problem here is that most people are not only skeptical of a new survival game in the market, but of Dean Hall's past. His leaving of DayZ and the way that whole project was handled was nothing short of an absolute nightmare, and most people don't want to give him a second chance, or at the very least, he needs to show some good faith if people want to buy another game from him and his studio. And that's why I was excited about the free-to-play aspect. I always love a good redemption arc, and this kind of change negates that a little bit. Let's talk about outposts. Apparently, outposts were created because, and I quote, "Our community urged us to create a game mode that allowed them the freedom to collect resources, craft, and build on Icarus without the pressure of time. So we did just that." Outposts are a 1 kilometer by 1 kilometer plot of land where you can do just about everything you normally would in the original game mode, but without the threat of storms and enemy AI. You can zen out, test your architecture and crafting skills, and invite your friends to come play with you. So basically, they took a basic survival game and dumbed it down even more. They took out everything that I thought was unique and that I'm actually interested in about Icarus. Thankfully, it's only one mode, and you still have the original game mode here. It just feels a little weird. These outposts, from what I can tell, are only available through the buying of the deluxe edition. They may be able to be unlocked through in-game action, but we have no information on how to do it or if we even can. Now, this isn't inherently a pay-to-win mechanic, but it does feel weird that these biomes in this outpost mode are only being put on display on their page behind a $100 purchase. This doesn't really sit well with me because we just don't have that information yet. Their things are still in development. This game isn't going to be an early access game on Steam. According to their Steam page, there's no mention of how long it's going to be in early access. It is a full released game when it comes out August 12th. For me, I'm down to pay for a game when it's a game I really enjoy, but there's just too many questions surrounding these extra DLCs and outpost biomes. I just don't feel comfortable. This is a game that I really want to see succeed. I want a nice co-op survival game set in space with a time mechanic making it feel like I'm raiding in Tarkov while pushing the team that I'm playing with to work together. It's right up my alley. I look forward to streaming and covering this game, and I really like the communication that this team is putting out there. I just hope that the game is worthy when it releases on August 12th. I know I'll be there, and I just hope it lasts longer than a lot of these other survival games do when I get excited for them. Cough, cough, dead matter. My name is Bigfry. Become a member for the channel for only 99 cents a month to support me directly. I'm trying not to do as many sponsored videos, integrations, anything like that. I'm going off of the backs of my community. If you guys like what you see here and you fuck with the channel, you can click the join button down below and join for only 99 cents a month. And if not, that's cool too. Subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you on the next one.